Hello and welcome to this Scorchsoft video tutorial on how to edit and make changes to the Community Gateway website using the Modx CMS, which is a content management system. So let's have a look at the website. So this is what the website looks like. You'll notice you've got a primary navigation at the top and you've got a secondary navigation down the bottom. And this is basically the structure of the pages on the website. Now, in order to get to the management section of the site, which is where you can log in and make edits and changes, you have to go to the communitygateway.com or .co.uk/manager. Now, it's important, in fact, it's always .co.uk, and it's important that you don't have the www in front because this can cause problems. So it's just the .co.uk/manager. So I'm going to log in. For the purposes of this tutorial, I assume that you have been provided with the login details, so we're not going to remember the password this time. Now, the areas that you're going to be interested in is this left-hand tab here and potentially components. There are other settings at the top here, such as if you go to security, manage users, you can add new users to the site, but we're just going to cover creation of pages pretty much. Don't go in Elements. Elements is for development purposes only, but I didn't want to lock you out of that. And Files is for managing files on the server. Again, don't really order and arrange these. You can add new folders and upload things into them, but try and keep this, keep this structure as it is. Because if you were to move, say, core into CSS, it would break the website. So leave that. So here you can see you've got your Resources tab, and these are the pages of the website. And you'll notice the pages here match the pages here. So if we change the name of one of these, it would change the name of the navigation. Likewise, if we move stuff around, the navigation would move around. I guess the first thing I want to show you is creating a new page of any sort. And there are two ways of doing this, one of which is clicking on this Create Document button. Or if there's a page you already like and you know that you want to use that page but just change content for it, you can copy. So the copy mechanism, I'll show you that, is you right click on a page. So let's say we've got our Solutions Professional Services. Let's say we want to copy this particular page, and we would right click on it. We would go duplicate, give it a new name, so I'm going to call it Andy Test, and I'm going to save. So now, firstly, if I refresh the site, you'll notice something, and that's that Andrew Test appears now as a page in the navigation. So I'm going to click and have a look. If that didn't happen, Modx caches pages and navigation to make it load quicker, but it can mean that you get an outdated version of that cache. So to clear the cache within Modx, you can go Site Clear Cache. That doesn't ever break anything. It just means that if you've made a change you expect to be on the site and it's not, try that first. So if we go through to Andrew Test now, you will notice we've got a load of fields, and I'm going to explain those to you now. So firstly, you've got the title. Now the title is what appears at the top of this page, and also in fact I've got two Andrew Tests. Let me delete that. I'm in the wrong one. So if I reload this page and go to the Andrew Test I've just created. Okay, yeah, ignore that, but we're still in the right place. So you've got all these input areas. So Andy Test is the title of the page. And it also appears here, which is in the page title that would display to Google. Long title allows you to edit this top title, but if you don't set one, then it will use the normal title. So if I change that to Andrew Test Longer and save, and then refresh that, you'll notice that that's changed, but this is still the same. You've got description, which is the description shown to search engines. So that's the meta description for the page. Summary. Now this isn't always used, it depends where the pages are. Let's say you've got a list page, sometimes the summary will be used. You don't have to set this, but if you expected a summary to display somewhere on the site and it hasn't, fill out the summary. Now this is an important one, the resource alias. You'll notice that this is the communitygateway.co.uk/solutions/Andy-test. Now that's what this resource alias is. By default it picks this up from the title, but you can change this. So if you were trying to search engine optimize your pages, you might change those. Menu title is how it appears in the drop down menu. By default it will pick up the page title and use it as the menu title. But if you wanted to change how it appears in the menu only, you'd edit the menu title. Ignore link attributes. You might break stuff if you try and change it. Just ignore it completely. Now you can also set whether a page is published or hidden from the menus. If you tick it as published, it'll appear on the site. If it's not published, it will not appear on the site. This can be useful if you're creating pages that you then want to publish to the website later. Likewise, hide from menus. If you tick this, you get greys out. So footer links, you'll notice, doesn't appear in the main menu at the top. So you can basically create pages that you can only link to. So let's say you wanted to create a page about dogs that you wrote a link in this page here to it. That's how it would work. Now, and then here you've got the main body content. So if I wrote in here a load of jargon and saved, you would notice that the main page content would then update with this jargon. I'll explain to you these tools on the editing box in a moment. Now there are also some extra fields. So if you click onto template variables, depending upon the template of a page that you use, which you can define here, so there are different templates which is different looks and feels of different pages. So you can see this one is the standard page template, which has a what's in this section on the right and some calls to actions on the right, whereas the contact page looks completely different. These are themes. So likewise, you've got solutions, which is a normal page, and you've also got the about us page, which follows the meet the team, loads the meet the team items in. So picking the right page theme when you create a page is very, very important. So let's say that you wanted to create a new category called My Category. So you'd create a new document to begin with, and you'd call it My Cat, for example. You'd give it the template list page, because the list page template has been set up to list its children. You'd give it some text, you'd save, or you'd publish as well. You refresh, and you notice, if I clear the cache, refresh the page, you'll notice this will appear in the primary navigation. So here it is at the end. It's got no drop down because it's got no child pages. So let's move across this page we've just created, Andy-test, into My Cat, and then refresh the page. You see Andy-test belongs to My Cat now, and if you click on My Cat, you'll notice it lists Andy-test. Andy-test doesn't currently have an image uploaded, but it lists it. So all you'd have to do now to add pages within My Cat is just duplicate them, add them within, and it's as simple as that. So I'm going to delete this page though. So I'm gonna delete resource. Yeah. Now when you delete a resource, it puts the line through it first. If you want to fully delete, you click the remove deleted resource button. I'm going to click yes.